Well, good afternoon. This is Dave Jones with Storm Center Communications and GeoCollaborate. This is a special update on Hurricane Hilary, which is heading towards Southern California. It will become a tropical storm, but currently Hilary has winds of 110 miles per hour and is moving to the north-northwest. The main thing about Hilary is it has a lot of moisture with it. I'm not going to go into all the details of the hurricane itself. I will show you, however, some of the satellite imagery. You can see here the visible satellite picture from the GOES West satellite. This is the geostationary satellite that NOAA operates in the western position. Recently launched as GOES 18, but has now become operational as GOES West. You can see the spinning clouds there. That's a lot of moisture in the atmosphere. 110 mile per hour winds, likely on the way down, but that's not the big story. The big story is going to be the flooding, the amount of rain that falls in Southern California and some of the desert areas, and that will cause widespread, perhaps devastating flooding. We'll be watching it very closely, as will the National Weather Service and the Weather Channel. They'll be coming on with frequent updates. But I want to show you this satellite picture and also bring in the infrared satellite, which highlights areas of very heavy rain, convective activity like thunderstorms and things like that. Wherever you see the yellows and the oranges, that's intense rainfall. And you can see that the storm is moving up towards Southern California. It hasn't made landfall yet on Baja, in the Baja, California area, part of Mexico. But it is heading in that direction. So I want to go back to GeoCollaborate because what I did, and let me just take this full screen and show you. What I'm displaying in GeoCollaborate here is the National Weather Service's forecast of excessive rainfall. Now, this particular image is on day 2. I want to display day 1, which is tomorrow, the excessive rainfall chances. And I'll zoom in here just a little bit. These lines off of the western coast are actually gliders. They're going in the ocean and they're going down and up and down and up, taking measurements of temperature and salinity and weather and all that sort of stuff, feeding that back into the National Hurricane Center to help with hurricane prediction and improving hurricane forecasts. That's been going on for months and months and years, these gliders going back and forth. But they are certainly, these observations are critical now as Hilary makes approaches to the Southern California area. But what you see here is the probability of excessive rainfall. I want to highlight this area in red, which is basically a 70 to almost 100% chance of excessive rainfall in this area. So we're talking about areas like Cathedral City, Banning, in Palm Desert, California, even also here to Riverside, Rancho Cucamonga, Ontario, Corona, Santa Ana, Anaheim. All of these areas are going to experience very heavy rain, including San Diego and points east, where rainfall will run off very, very quickly, particularly in burn scar areas. Keep paying attention to the crawls at the top of the screen and the bottom of the screen. We're going to see in some areas rainfall totals of 5 to 7, perhaps even 10 inches of rain. Now, this is the rainfall forecast for the day tomorrow. I'm going to turn on the probability of excessive rainfall forecast for Sunday afternoon into Monday morning. And you can see that probability. Let me zoom out just a little bit here so you can see more of that excessive rainfall probability that extends across much of southern and southeastern California, all of the red area and the purple area. This is a very high impact event that is going to be result in widespread flooding. So those of you who live in Southern California who have never experienced a tropical storm before, it's not really the winds in this case that are going to make a big deal of difference, although we will have trees toppled, power lines toppled in some areas. Winds could gust 39 to 73 miles per hour. But the rainfall intensity is going to be something like you've never seen before. Tropical characteristics, when they come into mountainous terrain, they really make the rainfall very, very heavy. And so you can see that this probability of excessive rainfall extends all the way up into Nevada as well. So we're going to be watching rainfall totals and excessive flooding perhaps in Las Vegas and areas to the west in Nevada, Carson City, and other areas. Nevada is a very dry state. It can't take excessive rainfall. The last image that I want to show you is the excessive rainfall total on day 3, which is Monday into early Tuesday. You can see that the excessive rainfall total still exists, or the likelihood of excessive rainfall extends into eastern Oregon, into Idaho, northern Idaho, west central Idaho, extreme southeastern Washington state, and into western Montana, where excessive rainfall is likely. It's a 40% chance, so it might be slight to moderate, but these kind of areas need to be watched very, very closely for this excessive rainfall. So that's what we're looking at. We're looking at Hurricane Hilary making a terrible blow to Southern California and the southwestern areas that see rainfall. Some areas have not seen a tropical storm like Southern California in at least 80 years or 85 years. So it's pretty safe to say that most people that are alive today have never experienced a tropical storm in Southern California. The rainfall intensity is going to be wicked. It's going to fall in some cases 1 to 2 inches of rain per hour. And that area of the country is not accustomed to it. So expect widespread flooding. If you think that your areas are susceptible to flooding, go to a safer place now before that rain starts to fall. Flooding will happen very quickly as the storm moves in. So we'll be keeping you posted. This update was for the Fleet Response Working Group, the Sensitive Information Sharing Environment Fleet Response Working Group. And this will be distributed through their internal network and also through the GeoCollaborate YouTube channel. And we'll be keeping you updated. Probably another update we'll do during the day tomorrow, and then another one on Monday. So thanks for watching, and we'll keep you posted.